Good morning and welcome to the Frosty Toddcast. Today we have a building that was demoed previously and we've just got to get it to disappear. The customer requests that we dig a hole and bury it. I'm actually going to dig through that pile and take the stumps, anything that will degrade over time, anything bigger than about the size of a football. In this area there used to be a house standing here and there was a house down there. There's a lot of stuff buried in there as well we've got to work around. I think Adam's going to put our pit in there. I'm going to start separating. Let the fun begin. A couple of stumps right off the bat. Let's get ourselves level. Thought that was a stump. It's just a piece of a tree. That's just a little bit of wood. Just want to kind of pick around in here and see what I'm up against. Looks like the old ceiling, or roof as it were. Just a bunch of rotten stuff, looks like. Dirt off. I'm gonna take this stuff, build up Mount Todd more. Oh wait. Let's see. What else can we get out of here? I'll try and take a few vines with me. In here, you never know what you're gonna find in a pile of rubble. Block right there too. Most of this must not be treated wood because it's just falling apart, turning to dirt more or less. Come on. slinging stuff at me. This is going to be my duty for the day, so I'm just going to pick on through this pile and see what I can find in here. Yeah, it's just a bunch of dirt. See how rotten that stuff is? Well, that is dirt right there. Look at that. I've just pushed everything up into a pile. Okie dokie. Looks like this is going to be fun. Well, I must admit, there's a lot less wood in here than I thought there would be, which is good for the customer because we've given them a price to come in here, separate this stuff out, and either bury it or haul it away. Haul away would have dump fees included. So, this will end up being just a little bit cheaper on that side for them. As far as haul away goes. The sun's got a glare. So most of this is just dirt. Look at that. It's a pile of dirt and rotten wood. So I'll just crunch that old rotten wood up really good. Stick it in the hole with the concrete block. The rest of this stuff in here. Let's see, I had one big block here that I need to haul out. I don't want to drop it because it'll bust my glass out, I'm afraid. Let's see if this thing will pick it up. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, this 309 ain't no pansy rig. I think I need to probably get a little closer. I'm gonna bust my tailgate off after all. Whoop, 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 whoop. Tipsy, tipsy. Come on. Bit better. That's a lot of concrete there. Bust a blame hole in the side of my truck. See, look at that stuff. There's no shingles. It's just rotten wood. There's a piece of metal. There's not much. Okay, let's continue through here and then go dig a hole. Now what I'm doing is pulling all these blocks up here to a pile, and as I see a solid block, these almost act like lay-light blocks. Old concrete blocks now, they were heavy, but these blocks don't seem to be like that. Like newer blocks are just, they just fall apart. This will also help us not have to dig a hole any bigger than we have to. And like I say, there's a piece of metal. I don't really want to bury metal, so I'll try to pick it out as best I can. And these blocks, as they float to the top, I'll just crunch them down just like this. And it'll turn into little bitty rubble. And it'll compact into our hole, and we mix it with dirt. And it won't just leave a bunch of voids underground as bad. And I can reach down, grab another handful of them. See, that wood's just rotten as it can be. Let me level myself up here. Make life a bit more easy on myself. So you can put a tooth on this stuff like that and just kind of mash it in and it'll break right apart. So if you're using like a little bitty mini excavator, this is even more helpful because you don't have to dig a humongous hole. And really you can just about just work your way along like this. Get you another handful of them. So that there, a lot of that is wood. I'm just gonna work this stuff up into a nice neat little pile. Put it in, crunch it down. Let's see what I can work this pile into. Take a little bit of an intermission earlier today, but this upper area next to the little building where the charter line, internet and power run up that way, we got that whole field and just kind of scuffed around. It can dry overnight, and what I'm doing is I'm filling these low spots. I'm just kind of raking the ground to get these bigger stones all raked up into a pile. Adam did a great job of digging us a big bury pit down here, and I filled that in as much as I want to so I can get about 2 feet of soil coverage. And now he's working on, let's see if I can get you guys a good perspective. I know the sun's probably going to glare on us. cable lines is close, ain't they?
Right at him.
He's doing a great job digging us a pit. I'd say that pit's good if you want to start throwing that stuff in it. So I'm gonna let him start piling in there. That's the fun part. And I'm just gonna kind of start bailing material into this hole. Just like so. That sun is brutal today. Adam's been doing really good, learning a lot. In our area, they let us bury anything concrete. They like for us to bust it up to about the size of a football. I actually went through that pile of block earlier, as you guys saw, and broke it up into just small rubble. Most of it wasn't even the size of a tennis ball. So there won't be any sinking of that little pit. Some rocky ground up here. But after we track it in, they seed it, it'll turn out real nice. They're just gonna turn this into a yard. Luckily it didn't have any septic to work around, water lines, none of that. I could use my backfill blade, or dozer blade as some call it on this rig, but see, like right there's a rock. What I can do is I let this fall. Rocks tend to float to the top, surprisingly, and I can kick them on down off into the deeper pit. So I'm just kind of separating, almost halfway kind of screening the dirt that I'm putting back. And even if rock doesn't float as they're falling, I can kind of see them and see all those big rocks floating up. And I'll just kick them down that way. Really loving this Cat 309. Great machine. Real pleased with it. It's very well balanced, even more so than the 308. I'm gonna keep at this. We'll check back in shortly. There it is, folks. Adam did an absolutely fantastic job with this area. Got our bury pits stuffed and packed, which most of it was brick and dirt. So there won't be any worry of settling. They're just gonna have this hydro seeded, and we may be the ones that get to do it. They have a little bit of rake work to do. They've had a lot of rock in here. This job turned out good. Thanks for joining me and Adam. He's anxiously waiting down at the truck to load this thing up so we can haul out, move on to the next one. So you guys be sure to give us a like, comment, and to subscribe, and we will see you on the next project.